Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another Saturday Live edition of the Big Brother Niger Season 7. It's been an amazing 8 weeks, right? Of drama, of fights, of everything, of relationship, and of different fights over food, and of course, of evicted housemates who are really fake, right? So right here on the show today, we're really going to be reviewing everything that has happened in the week 8. And of course, guys, we're about to have a ride of a lifetime this afternoon. You know, I came in about 30 minutes late. I'm sorry about that because I was just coming in from an outing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining me for the very first time, thank you so much for a returning subscriber. I appreciate you for always being here every Saturday to have a conversation with me, right? And of course, today will be no different, okay? I've been trying to upgrade my account here, and of course, there's been quite an issue. I don't know. I've added my card, different cards. It's been declining, but of course, I'm going to have at least 6 people on my screen today, and we're going to talk about everything that has happened in this week. Okay, guys? So if you're here and you're ready to roll with me, you're ready to have a ride of a lifetime, I want to hear your hello. I want to hear your comment. I want to see your comments right here in the comment section, right? And of course, as usual, I do not waste your time. I would like us to go straight into whatever is happening. But first off, guys, like this video. A lot of time, after the video, I realized that some people do not even like this video. You come in here, but you don't like the video. Please do me a favor. Just click on the like button on this video, and I would appreciate that, okay? Somebody saying, please just play videos. Please go on DSTV and watch it. We do reviews here. We don't just play videos here. There's also the copyright on YouTube. So if you want to just watch videos, go on DSTV and watch videos. Go on GoTV and watch videos. Right here, we do the reviews. And of course, everybody understands that here, of course. So guys, I'm going to post in the comment section. But of course, before I do that, there's a lot to talk about. From the strike that Bella and Sheggz got, okay, to the evictions that happened, the evictions that took place right here on Sunday, the fake evictions, and of course, the new level 3 house, right? There's a lot that's been happening. So somebody, I don't see the like button. The like button is right here on YouTube. So first off, remember that on Sunday, Bella and Sheggz were given a strike each, okay? Bella was given a strike for provocation, for provoking Rachel, right, during the show. And of course, we look at the fact that some people have said that, see, maybe Bella and Sheggz have been given 2 strikes. Some people believe that Sheggz should have gotten 2 strikes, right? And I'm wondering, I am personally of the opinion that I don't have an opinion, okay? I don't want to tell, because a lot of time I don't have my opinions. But a lot of people think that Sheggz should have gotten 2 strikes. He's been, he's been quite stubborn over his, over his assignment or his punishment. And of course, he's been quite rude to Big Brother and all of that. So some people think that, this guy should have been given 2 strikes. But today, we're going to review everything that is happening here. And I want to welcome you one more time. So straight up, I'm going to post the comments, right? I'm going to post a link in the comment section. And I need you to just click on this link and just join me on this live. You understand? So on this link to join. Okay, so for those of you who want to join me right now, I need you to just click on this link right now, join me, all right? I posted it in the comment section. There's a link right there. Go on that place, look for it, and of course, just click on this link to join me right here, and then we'll start our conversations for this week. Okay, guys, so straight into the gist of the day. I personally think that Bella and Sheggz, right, have exhausted their lifeline in terms of the leniency of Big Brother, okay? I feel that Big Brother has really been lenient about, these people. He's been lenient about them. Somebody saying, what's this live about? We are here to review everything that has happened in week 8 of the Big Brother Live. Juliana Okoli, thank you for joining. Now, I personally think that Bella and Sheggz should have been punished long before now. That's my thought. I think they should have been punished long before now. But of course, looking at the fact that Big Brother reserves the right to do whatever he wants to do, you get what I'm talking about? Well, we see that that's not what what we want. It's not what Big Brother does or what he did. I personally think that Sheggz should have gotten 2 strikes. And why do I say that? Over time, he has flouted Big Brother's rules, right? He has been rude to Big Brother in the diary room. He has had to refuse to serve the housemates according to the rule that Big Brother gave, right? And then we now get to see the fact that at this particular point, right, he's been given another punishment to carry out. And this guy still cannot carry out the punishment. So I want people to come in here. A lot of people are right here who want to join in this conversation, and I'd like to add you to this conversation. So I want to start up with Timothy. Hello, Timothy. How are you? Hello, Timothy. How are you?
Hello,
Okay.
Daniel.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm all right. Thank you for the show. Thank you for the live stream.
Thank you very much for joining. Where are you speaking from?
Uganda, East Africa.
Wow. How is Uganda?
Uganda is great. Everything is fine here. We are always watching the
Fantastic.
show. I'm always following each and every video you post, and I appreciate your reviews. You're doing a great job, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. So let me hear your thoughts on the strike that Big Brother gave to Sheggz and Bella. Do you think that was enough?
Honestly, I wasn't pleased with Biggie. I was one of those people that were complaining because what Sheggz, for instance, has been doing in the house has been too much. I mean, who goes into the diary room and Big is telling you, do you understand? You're like, yeah, man. Like, who does that? That kind of disrespect. And of course, the whole bit of being the tail of the house and, him being told to put on the weave and he doesn't, him being told to serve and he does at his own convenience, the whole rudeness, the altercations with fellow housemates. It's been too much. I mean, it's been too much. He deserved more than that. Actually, me, I thought he was going to get a double strike. I was shocked only for him to get just one strike. And that Bella, same thing. She's been too rude for life. So I think Biggie has been so lenient on those two, and honestly, it wasn't nice. And somehow we are right to say that he is favoring those two.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
your contribution. I want to speak with Alexandra. Alexandra, how are you? You're joining us for the first time, I think. How are you doing?
Hi, good afternoon, sir. I'm fine,
Good
thank
afternoon.
you.
Where are you calling from?
Coming from Lagos.
Oh, please, can you just do us a favor and speak up a little bit so that we can hear you clearly? Okay.
All right, I'm coming from Lagos.
Thank you. So, what are your thoughts on the strike that Big Brother gave to Bella and Sheggz? Do you think it was enough?
Well, for now, I think it's enough. But regarding to what happened recently with Phyna, they deserve another strike this coming Sunday. And obviously, both of them have this pride and anger towards other housemates. They only care about themselves. So I think for now, it was fair enough. But this coming Sunday, I'm expecting another strike. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I'd like to welcome Alex Akehan one more time this week. How you doing, Mr. Alex? How you doing?
I'm doing good, Femi. How are you doing yourself?
Very fine. Good to have you again, sir. Thanks for coming on today. And of course,
Yep.
Fortune all the way from Poland. Thank you for joining. So let's hear you first, Mr. Alex. What are your thoughts?
Well, as against the strike, I think after Beauty's eviction, I think Big Brother want to kind of take a step back because if he was issuing strike, there are so many people that should have get gotten strike, right? So I think it just became a bit lenient to a lot of people. You can say Chichi deserved strike. She got a warning, So I guess that's the same stuff that was extended to Beggs and Sheggz and Bella,
Yeah.
and that's why where we expect them to give strike, they haven't. This is a social experiment, and they're actually leveraging on the fact that these people are actually causing. I mean, when we're going to week 9,
True.
the house is still really cluttered, and plus the fact that they're still giving contact, that's what everybody wants. So I think they're just looking at it from that angle. That's why the strikes that we're expecting is not we're not getting, and plus it's causing a conversation like now that we're having. It's also is a plus to them, right? So
True.
that's my thought.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Can I have Fortune? Fortune, you welcome this week again. How are you doing?
Hi, everybody. Thanks, Femi.
Thank you for coming again this week. Appreciate you. So, what are your
No
thoughts on
problem.
your sweetheart, Sheggz and Bella? Or Sheggz,
Yes. Look, I think the punishment was a little bit light, but if Sheggz was going to use the same hand he used if Biggie was going to use the same hand he used on Chichi, it was kind of fair. But I also want to agree with the other caller, Alexandra. I think I suspect Bella might pick up another one for disrespecting the head of house, unfortunately. But yeah, I did expect Big Brother to give more. Me being honest, because Kidwire was given a strike for being disrespectful to Big Brother in the head of house room, if you remember, when I think they were talking bad at Big Brother, Apologies. So at the back of that, I think they deserve more, but they got one each. So, a Biggie was a bit soft. So I think it is what it is at the moment. But yeah, they may pick up another, especially Bella.
Okay. All right. All right. So now, what I'm going to talk about is this. I feel personally that the statement that Bella said, "Head of house, my ass," right? I don't know if it's a crazy statement. I don't know if people is going to react to that, right? But I feel that she shouldn't have said that. Of course, stemming from the fact that there's been a back and forth with the food that has to do with Elo Swags and, of course, Chumsy. But, of course, we're going to move on from that, right? Let's talk about the level 3 house that was unveiled on Sunday and the evictions that happened. Because I personally would call it fake evictions, okay? But with the way it stands right now, I don't know if it's fake or if it's unreal or whatever it is. Because on Sunday, Big Brother unveiled the level 3 house. Now, just so you know, the level 3 house was the previous level 2 house. For those of you who do not know, it was just rebranded, it was resprayed, repainted, and all of that. So let's talk about this. What are your thoughts? Do you think it was right? Do you think Big Brother did well in allowing Doi, Chumsy, and Elo Swags to stay back and to even go back into the house? Because it feels like it doesn't give these people a proper, leveling ground. It doesn't give them a proper playing ground for the show. So what are your thoughts on this? I want to start up with Abiola Stella. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly. Where are you
Thank
from?
you. My own opinion, and this is strictly my opinion. Well, I'm in Canada, so I'm unable to follow the show because there's no show max here. So I always follow you to catch up with the show. Yeah. My opinion about it, I don't know. For me, viewers are voting to keep their favorite in the show. Yeah. So I feel viewers are winning as long as your favorites remain in the show. The problem shouldn't be who gets sent out. As long as your own favorite is not being sent out, that's cool. So for Biggie, keeping them to be able to get extra wins, bro, that money is not our money now. Shebi is for the people bringing the task. So for me, they can win as much as they are allowed to or opportuned to, as long as they are not in the running for the main prize anymore. You feel me? So for me, I just feel we should even applaud Biggie for thinking in that line. I know that people have opinions because of the caliber of people who benefited from these opportunities. The truth is, our opinion would have been a bit different. Let's say the likes of Amaka, because she was loved, is to benefit from such. People will not castigate Biggie anymore because they would rather say Biggie, thank you. So that feels like a biased opinion. Jigger. So me, I feel hurt that the likes of Amaka did not benefit from such. But congratulations to those that have to. They are not running for the money. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your contribution to this. Okay. I want to hear from Isaka Solid. Can we have you, please?
Hello, Femi.
How are you doing?
Hello. I'm
how
fine.
Are
how are you too?
I'm great. Where are you calling? Where are you speaking from?
I'm good. I'm good. From Ghana.
Oh, Charlie, welcome to the show. Charlie, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
What do you think about the fact that Big Brother allowed Doi and Elo Swags and Chumsy to stay back? Looking at the fact that the show is now going to go into the 9th week. And just so you know, tomorrow, whoever wins the head of house is gone straight into the finals. On Monday rather. Whoever wins the head of house challenge on Monday goes straight into the finals. So first up, what are your thoughts? Like Abiola said, she says that it's Big Brother's money. But of course, you realize that a lot of people also vote. It's our money that decides and determines who wins. It's not even the money that Big Brother wants to give to somebody that determines who wins. It is our money that determines who wins. So what are your thoughts on
Okay, thank you, Daniel. My thoughts about it, like I'm not so cool with what Big Brother has done, because if the people are evicted, allow them to go. And even if you are also keeping them in your house as guests, then they shouldn't even participate in any sponsored tax. Or even if they participate, they shouldn't win. Their winning should be invalid. But right now, I don't know, because of all he has done, and then bringing them back to their house, they feel like they have an upper hand over even their main housemates, those who are in the house, especially Chomzi. Like that lady, sometimes the way she behaves and how she speaks and does certain things is it's kind of weird. And sometimes, well, they say don't hate the player, hate the game. So, like, in a way, we will have to shift the blame, some like a little portion of it, to Big Brother, because they are gone, they are gone. You don't need to. And even if you are creating level 3, maybe you can do it with the housemates that are within the still in the game. But if you evict people and you are bringing them back, and then it's Femi is looking some way this. So that's just how I'm seeing it. To me, I'm not cool with this at all.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now Chomzi already won a task. She was part of the team that won a task, right? And you could literally see Chomzi mocking the remaining housemates. How is she? She was like, "Oh, you guys managed to do this. Enjoy this love. We've won." And I want to just have this word conversation. I want to hear Joanne C. Tony's conversation, words and this. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Please, I didn't get the last question.
Hold on, I'm speaking with Joanne C. Tony. Speak with me, Mr. Joanne C. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Benin.
Oh, welcome to the show. Your Edo sisters are in the house. All right. So tell me, what are your thoughts on the fact that Chomzi got to win a task and all of that, even though she's evicted?
Chomzi getting to win a task, even if she is evicted, is kind of, I don't know how to put it, because that girl seems to be somehow kind of special.
Okay.
To me, the way she's treated in the house is there's some kind of specialty about her. Everything about her just seems to go through. Her team, any team she is part of, seems to be the winner of the game, even if they are not supposed to be the winner. Okay. It's like something with her that is special that we don't know.
Okay.
So that's what I see about Chomzi. Because I actually
allowed them back into the house. Don't you think that after that 3 days, because remember, I need to remember vividly, I feel personally that Big Brother made that change immediately, because on Sunday, when Ebuka was speaking, he said these people will be in the level 3 house until the 18th. And the 18th, if I'm not mistaken, is tomorrow. And then after that, they will go back to their house. They will leave the show finally. Then they went on a break, and when they came back, Ebuka now said, "Oh, Big Brother has said something now." And first of all, I want us to clear that COVID narrative. There's no COVID anywhere, because I can, like Juicy Jeff says, right? If you look on the screen, he said Biggie did this because of COVID. I think there's no COVID anywhere, because if there was COVID anywhere, right, you will not even have you won't have these people come back into the house. COVID is not what you want to just keep people for 2 days and ask some other people to come and sleep in their house and come back into the house. You get what I'm talking about? So now I'm saying this because Ebuka said they were going to go to their house after the 18th. And then they come back again after the break. And Ebuka says, "Oh, Big Brother says they will just be in the house for a few days," right? And for me, I feel like, should these people come back, right? So what are your thoughts on the fact that they go back into the house? Because some of the housemates were not happy. Let me hear your thoughts on this.
My thought about that also goes back to Chomzi. All these things have been done because of Chomzi. She's evicted. They should let her go. They don't have anything doing in the house. Though, one of the reasons what I felt make Big Brother to send them back into the house is he needed drama. And the people that were evicted were the people that was giving him drama.
Okay.
Boyin, Chomzi, was Elo Swag. Elo Swag was a kind of gentle, but it does his things underneath. So Big Brother needed drama, and Doyin is the person that always gives us drama. She's always at the middle of every conversation.
True.
So he needed more of that. So he just feel like, okay, let me just keep these people. And his pet was also part of the evicted housemate, which is Sheggz. Because I don't see any reason why he should keep them. Then after some time, just change his mind. Okay, let them stay. They shouldn't have have the privilege to play any game. Or even if they win, they shouldn't go with the winning. It shouldn't be for them because they're already evicted. But Big Brother is just, I don't know. I should make false allegations because what I feel is Sheggz is at the end of it all. Anything any part where she is part of, gets through with it.
Okay.
So that's what I say about Sheggz and everything there.
Thank you very much on that. Thank you very much on your
welcome
speaking on this case. Thank you so much. I will want Olumuyiwa to speak on this, please. How are you doing, Olumuyiwa?
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. Sorry, 1 minute, please. Ginger Fab, can you please send your request again? Ginger Fab, let me have you. Go ahead, Olumuyiwa.
Okay, yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Well done, Femi, right? Good one. Well, for me, it's the show. It has a rule and it has no rule. I think according to the housemates, they said in the rule book, the rule can change anytime, right? So, and I believe Big Brother had to allow some other people, the evicted housemates, that is the three people, to return into the show. Of course, it's fair in a way and it's not fair. It's fair in a way as it improves the dynamics of the show, right? It creates more entertainment because by the moment, if the core people that are actually bringing some dynamics into the show, if they decide to go, the whole show goes down. And at the end of the day, for me, I see it as if the show goes down, if the viewers they are not really entertained anymore, then the profit that maybe the organizers of the show they intend to get them,
and everything will drop.
Understand? So, in as much as there is no rule, right? Just like the riders, I just see the people that were sent back into the house as a rider. You understand? The same privilege that the rider does have, in as much as the rider too can also compete for all the other games apart from
not win.
So it's the same thing. So, and by the way, they already told the housemates that the rule can be changed anytime, so they should expect anything. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Okay, so I want us to move into the first. How would I put it right now? I want us to move into the head of house challenge that saw Phyna win. Okay, and how Phyna's rule in tandem to the food of Ella Swags and Chumsy. But before I go on to that, I would like to just affirm the fact that Chumsy and Ella Swags and of course Donny came back into the house. To be very honest with you, we saw drama because for those of you who watched the video, the night the Big Brother asked Sheggz, Chi, Phyna, Groovy, whoever to come into the house, Chumsy and Ella Swags to come for the movie date. We realized the fact that night was like a mini reunion. A lot of secrets were spilled. Chi was dragged. A lot of things came out that we did not even know, and it gave me an inkling of the fact that I think Big Brother should even do a one-day reunion immediately after the show to dig deep into some issues that are not out yet. It's not a reunion to resolve issues. It's just a one-day shoot of like 6 hours or 7 hours and give it to us for 1 week after the show, right? Of digging deep into some issues, not trying to resolve anything. And then after the show, at the end of the season, do your regular reunion and give us 1 hour content and not 30 minutes content. But that's by the way. I want to hear your thoughts on the fact that Phyna won the head of house. And first off, I don't know how she drank that water to fill that job. But I'm going to start up with Fortune. Fortune, let me hear your thoughts on this.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I was actually very happy for Phyna. And I think it was neck and neck with Sheggz. But if an overall winner was going to come out, that was good for the show. In my opinion, I think it's Phyna. I was really happy that she won because we needed a level 2 person to win. And even fast forward into the week, under her reign, to actually win the wager task was actually amazing as well. So I really liked that. Then moving on to the issue with the food, the fight that happened there, I loved how Phyna handled that. As head of house, she could have just put like her foot in the ground and say, we are not giving you the food. But she was trying to be fair and say, okay, I'll speak to Big Brother. If Big Brother says I must give you the food, then you guys can have the food. I was actually quite shocked at that level of maturity in Phyna. I somehow expected it to be on the petty side, but in this particular case, really, she wasn't. I am really proud of that girl, and I'm happy that she's head of house at the moment.
Okay, okay. Joy is out of here. Holy Ginger 5, how are you? Ginger 5, can you hear me? Oh, Ginger 5 cannot hear me. Mr. Alex, what are your thoughts on what do you call it? On Phyna becoming head of house for the first time from a level 2. Remember that they have never tasted that seat of head of house. And here we have Phyna becoming head of house for the first time from level 2. Mr. Alex. Mr. Alex, can we hear you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
All right, yeah. So yeah, it was kind of almost looking unfair to the other level, right? Because it's always been level 1 has been winning it, right? And what a good time for her to win it, right? A very good time. At least I felt she would have been nominated again if she didn't win it. So it came at a good time. And when it came to the attacks, you see that even before now, Phyna is creative as well, right? So she's a bit like Hermes, right? So when they have something to do, they kind of put their all to it. And I guess she wanted, coming after Hermes being head of house, she would want to follow um, that that kind of style, make sure that they win their stuff. And you can see what's been going on over the week in the talks that they're doing and how she's pushing for it. Also culminated in the fight that came up, right? People went and start talking about stuff that there was already agreed upon, and then she's trying to focus on the tax.
Yeah.
The way she did handle the food situation, I would say, the house was divided at that point in time. I guess she did say that she was going to clarify from Biggie, which I guess she did or did not. But anyway, she got into the level 3 house and clarified from the main guys, and they said what's gonna. They gave it to Sheggz and Bella, but yeah, on her part, she handled it well. But at some point in time, altercations with her and Bella. That point in time, I felt that nobody's right or wrong when they were having that issue. The person I felt was wrong was Sheggz for joining in. I think we just let the ladies hash it out, and they would have been calm. But she's been doing okay. Her head of house has been good, except for I think last night or earlier hours, right? Where she had this issue with Chichi. I kind of didn't feel okay with that, but I guess you can talk about that when if you bring it up later on.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much. I wanted to talk about the food issue that happened because here is every time we have an evicted housemate, right? According to all they agreed, the food of the house or the food of the housemate that's been evicted goes to the collectives. Now, what is the collective? The collectives are the people who are remaining in the house, who are still in the house generally for everyone. So if the way Pam Sabi was evicted or the way Mudela was evicted, whatever Mudela ordered was going to go to the remaining people in the house. So, and this is what's happening. Phyna says the food of the evicted housemates goes to the collective. But we now see the fact that Sheggz and Bella says that they have been given this food. Okay, provide the sleep that Ellis and Chumsey use in ordering their food. Guess what? They cannot provide it. And then Phyna says, you know what, I'm going to ask Big Brother. But fortunately for Phyna, she goes into the level 3 house and finds these people there. And says, okay, what's up? Let me even clear this. Did you ask these guys to take you for Sheggz and Bella? She says yes. They say yes. Ellis and Chumsey. And then she comes back into the house and she tells these people that, hey, your guy said that, you know what, the food belongs to you. But guess what? They still do not understand themselves. I'm not going to say Sheggz or Bella was rude or Phyna was rude or whatever, but I want to hear your thoughts on this. And Holy Ginger Fab, can I have you, please? How are you doing? How are you, Holy Ginger Fab?
Hello. Are you hearing me?
I can hear you. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm okay. Hello, everyone.
You're
Hope
from
you're doing
Liberia,
all right.
right?
All right. I think I've been trying for a while, and network seems to
Where are you
fail
calling
me.
from?
So thank
Liberia?
God. It's
Where are you
a
calling
clear. I'm from Liberia.
Great.
It's the network clear?
It's very clear. Go ahead.
Okay, so what's the question basically for me?
What are your thoughts? I know you're a Phyna fan. I know that. So here I am talking about the fact that, what do you think about the fact that Phyna, or how she handles the food issue with Sheggz and Bella? Let me hear that.
Okay, first of all, I'm gonna be as fair and clear that I can be. All right. So Sheggz and Bella should have just realized that Phyna never knew that Elo Swag and Chumsy said 2 weeks ago that when they leave the house, they should give them their own food. So because Phyna is the head of house and she didn't hear that from Edo Swag and Chumsy, she decided that she would go upstairs and ask Biggie. She was going to the diary room and ask Biggie if for any reason Edo Swag and Chumsy actually said they should give their food to them. Okay. Luckily for her, Biggie said she should go upstairs in level 3. So when she went upstairs and she met Chumsy and Edo Swag, the first discussion over there was about the food. Whether Edo Swag and Chumsy actually said that they should give their food out to better insects. Okay? So it was already hindered because Chumsy and Edo Swag said yes, it was exactly what they said 2 weeks ago, and they even gave them money. Fine. You can remember, you can even testify that when Phyna got back in the house, she didn't bring about the food issue because there was no point. These people are already here. These people are already with us. They're in this house. So no need for them to discuss this food issue. All right. Brian asked for permission to go and use the bathroom. Biggie called Phyna, the head of house, in a diary room. When Phyna got back from the diary room, setting Bella brought up this entire Bella and am I clear?
Yes, you're clear. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so Bella and Chumsy started this entire food, narrative and conversation. The only thing Phyna told her was, you shouldn't discuss it yet. Let us get through with the wager discussion and you can bring the food topic. But we can be in the middle of wager discussion and you discussing food. That was all that happened. All right. And Bella started going back and forth. And when Phyna wanted to write something down on the papers, what got to Phyna was when Bella said, okay, you can go ahead and put my name down. That was how Phyna made the first statement. Why should I put your name down? Why would I even want to write your name in the first place? What is your name that I would want to write it down? And that was how Bella went with the insultive words. And Phyna said, if not for the fact that Biggie got rules, I would have broken your legs. That was what she said. And then boom, Bella took it straight up like she's a street girl. Like how Phyna is a street girl.
Let's combine that together. Phyna says she will break somebody's leg. When somebody says she's a street girl, don't you think what Phyna said was coming from somebody who could be on the streets? Just my thoughts. I'm just saying. I'm trying to relate to comment. Isn't that a street attitude for somebody to say?
Anybody besides street attitude, even in house, it's very possible your brothers and your sister and the both of you getting. I've said that severally. We getting confusion. I will tell them, if I reach to you, I will smash your head on the wall. So you think I'm a street? It doesn't mean I'm street. I'm angry. I'm pissed off. Okay.
I didn't see the anger of a posh person and the anger of a street person before. And the posh person is angry. The posh person just goes, uses the F word and say, don't come close to me, don't get at me, blah, 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 I'm gonna deal with you, and all of that. A street person will say, see, I will break your hand.
No, Fimi, it's not every street person. It's not every posh person.
Please,
rather,
guys, Mr. Alex,
I agree. It's not every posh person. Like I'm giving an example to myself. When I get pissed off and I've been in an argument, I'm like, I will hit you. You understand? So it doesn't mean I'm street. I'm gonna tell you that if you do this, I'm going to come. So that second statement, the statement from Bella was so wrong. She could have said something else. She could have even asked a question, and you understand. You can say something to a person. You are actually mean that particular thing. You are saying it in another way. If for any reason she was going to ask Phyna, you are going to break my leg. Are you from the street? That's different from you are a street person. It's far different. So the question Phyna asked her after was, okay, who raised you? Because if you so you see it's different. Phyna didn't insult her. Phyna didn't say the people that raised you, they're this and that. The first question Phyna asked her, Phyna said, who raised you? Because if they raised you well, you will not be telling me I'm from the streets.
Okay,
so what happened?
So I want us to judge this matter very well. See, everybody listen. There's another person that I'm expecting on this live. One who I will do something. She's a Phyna, she's a Sheggz and Bella fan. I would have let both of you here to slug it out.
Trust me, I would have appreciated that.
Can I say something?
Yeah, Olumi, let me hear it, please.
Yeah, well, for me, in as much as I'm neither here or not there, right? Even though I still kind of tilt towards Phyna a little bit, but however, I'm still surprised that Phyna did not get a warning with respect to that statement, because that statement is actually provocative. You can imagine if that particular fight had transpired into another thing, I'm sure Phyna is going to get a warning. Because you can't be saying
warning for what?
You can't be saying you're going to break something on another person.
No, she never just said I'm going to break your leg. She said if.
Phyna was actually charging towards this lady. It's one thing for someone you and I to be talking and but when you're taking it to another level, I'm going to break something.
When Phyna, let's be clear, the honest truth is, when Phyna made the statement that she will break, if not for the rules, right? If not for Biggie rules, she was actually going to break Bella's leg. She was sitting in her chair. Phyna, if you watched the show, you watched that part, you will realize that Phyna was actually in her chair. She didn't get up that time. She wasn't going to Bella when she made that statement. No. She was sitting in her chair, and that was how she made that statement.
Okay.
And when she made that statement...
Okay.
So you can tell me she didn't want it, and for any reason, and that's a terrible word to use on the person, telling them they are from the street. It involves her parents, because if a person is from the street, it means their parents didn't do well with them. You understand? So both ways.
Phyna literally also sent what's her name, Bella, back home where you're addressing another person's parent. Literally, you understand? They didn't train you well. Come on, that's too high. This is the same thing. Wait.
Yes, if they train you, she said who raised you? Because if the people that raised you did a good job, you will not be telling someone they're from the streets. So how is she wrong?
This is the same thing that this guy, Sheggz, right? This is the same thing that we were trying to ride against Sheggz the other day, right? What? I mean, that Sheggz was complaining about with respect to Rachel. Am I right?
Rachel. When was
she? Yeah. I didn't get that. Sheggz actually threatened Rachel. Sheggz actually threatened Rachel. That was a pure threat. He said, you will apologize. If you don't apologize, something should happen to my mom. So he was strictly like threatening Rachel. Is far different from what happened with Phyna. Phyna said, "Who raised you?" Because if they raised you well, you will not be telling me I'm from the streets. So how does that amount to threat? How does that? If for any reason it's possible?
Hold on, guys.
If there were no rules, I think I was going to beat her. Period. And that's one period.
No rules. I want to hear what Martins has to say to this. Martins, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Femi.
Thank you very much. Good to have you again. I enjoyed your submission last week, so let's hear what you have to say.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so great conversation. At the end of the day, I feel like psychologically, when we are kind of hot and we want to get back to people, we tend to say things that are out of line. None of them were right. Do you understand? I don't have a faith amongst them, and it doesn't make me hate them either. You understand? So I feel like at the end of the day, none of them were right. Honestly, if we're going to be honest, because the first thing that you say to a person tends to, either calm them or make them react in such a way that you will not expect. So now I don't have anybody to blame, say particularly, but they are both to blame. Actually, two of them, they are both to blame because they are both wrong. This one saying from the street. And there's something I want to say very importantly. See, deep down inside of Phyna, I can tell you that babe didn't want to give those guys that food. I'm serious.
She told Big
Not
Brother, Matt, sorry to cut you. She told Big Brother that even after Big Brother, even after she had cleared with Ellis and Chomsy, that she
yeah.
still there. Like,
Yes, because they were disrespectful.
It's
After being
wrong.
rude to her, why would she
It's
even want to give
wrong.
the food? Why
It's
do
totally wrong.
Why do you want her to give the food when they already
No,
insulted
but
her?
okay, let me explain something to you. No matter what, you have to be the bigger person in some certain situations. You don't know what will happen later. You don't know what will happen next. But at the end of the day, don't allow your power, or because you hate somebody, or because you don't like somebody's attitude towards you, you try to correct them. You don't fall down in the same space where they are. At the end of
So
the
you
day,
honestly think that Phyna hates Bella? Martin,
I
is that
just
what you
use
say here?
see the thing. I'm sorry to use the word hate. I feel
Sorry
like
to cut in. Sorry to cut in, guys. But
that's Mr. Alex, right? Let me hear
sorry,
you.
yeah. Sorry to cut in. I understand what you say. She didn't feel like it was a feeling. Everybody has feelings, but she still allowed it. If at all the evicted housemate had gone, she would have given the food because they've cleared the air with her. It's a feeling. You can have arguments with people, and even if you don't feel okay, what she said in the diary room was just her airing her feeling. It's not her actions, right? So, yeah, she didn't want to because she still felt bad. But if they had gone, I guess she would have given them the food, right? So
Exactly.
I don't think that's a thing to say it's wrong because she didn't do anything. She just said her feelings in the diary room, which diary room is for people to say their feelings, not actions. That's my own defense for Phyna.
there was a point where they were stepping out to go see the Showmax movie, and at the point I think Phyna was close to the door. I think she was talking to someone, I can't necessarily remember. And she said, "I see they no go see that food." See, it was very
When
clear.
she was okay,
Do
Martin,
you
we
remember?
are all saying the
Let
same
me
thing.
protest your point,
She
Martin.
made that statement before going upstairs to Chomsy and Elo Swag.
No, she even made a statement to Chichi because remember while they were cooking, Chichi and of course Phyna were in the kitchen, and Chichi was like, "See that food where they bring come." Say Elo Swags and Chomsy don't collect the money. I mean, Bella and Sheggz have been given the money from Elo Swags and Chomsy. Because when Elo Swags and Chomsy were evicted, they gave their whole money to Sheggz and Bella.
To Bella and Sheggz, yeah.
So Chichi is saying here that now that we know that Sheggz and Bella have taken this money from these guys, that food will sit on it.
That was before they went level 3.
That was before they were even cooking in the kitchen. So it was.
That's what I'm saying. So to tell you, so Phyna, we are saying the same thing. So Phyna got to the realization that yes, actually Chomsy and Elo Swag said they should give the food out to these people. So when she went up there and she got that information, you could see the changes when Phyna got back in the house the next morning. She didn't bring the food topic up because it was already clear. She already
So what
knew
happened?
that
What happened was this: Bella had gone to meet Phyna to talk about the food. So Phyna was like, "See, let us address." They had the wager tasks.
Wager tasks.
Let's handle the wager tasks, which I think was right because this was a task for the week. the food they are talking about is not even the problem. If we lose the coming task, we will all go hungry and all of that, which was the issue. But I also want to hear, I want Martins to quickly round up and let me hear his final bullet point.
Okay, so here's the thing. You all will agree with me that there's a certain point where there's a certain situation where you find yourself amongst people and you try to, as in what Phyna was trying to do, I feel like her hands were tied because one, because of Big Brother, and secondly, because of the housemates. She will be viewed in a certain way. Of course, in the house, psychologically, you would think, oh, if I do this now, these people will want to see me as a wicked person. And deep down inside of her, this is what she wanted to do.
But Phyna never had a choice about their mind.
There's a certain I don't know, length or level of dislike going on. Like, I don't know, I don't want to use the word hate, you get, which was why when they were talking about this thing in the lounge, when they were talking about, when they wanted to talk about the tax that they had, which was why she just went from a 0 to 100 immediately.
Honestly,
you would agree with me. Yes.
So for God's sake, Marty, I would not be up here and you just say
no, but see, no, Phyna. I don't have Phyna is on my faith. What's her name? Bella is on my faith.
That's one reason. That's one reason why you want to say.
See the thing. Here's the thing.
Look terrible.
The thing is this: I have no intention of pointing her in a light where you would see her as terrible. That is not my intention. And at the end of the day, Bella has so much people on her neck. I think you guys should cut her some slack. It is not. It's not easy. Yeah?
But you feel me? We know where this guy's saying. Just embrace your faith with your full chest. Tell us your for Bella, or you want to say
right?
So I think he's now being a fan to somebody right now. You're not being so. He's not being very impartial here. You're looking into the house. You can't be judging the house, what the dynamics in the house from outside, and expect them to feel the same way you are feeling, right? There is a divide in the house even before that, and you can see that one of the experiments that Big Brother did, I don't know if it was he's doing, but that film show that Sheggz went without Bella, you can see how it caused for a bit of a reunion. Right, they brought them together. That even yesterday, when they were having an argument, Phyna is listening to Sheggz and Bella. You have to understand there is a dynamic. So don't judge from outside what you think is going on. What they are feeling is different. So you can only just look at it from what it is. And again, Phyna is coming from a house from different levels. In her level, when someone is evicted, don't forget it's her level that there have been evictions. When someone goes, they share the food. They've been doing that. They don't say this person takes the food. They've been doing that. So now she's here and she's thinking that that's going to be the same thing. She was not the head of house. Yeah, she was so that's where she was coming from with that oh no, they can't they can't take the food, but it's collective because that's how she has been in their own place. So with all these dynamics, that's how you look at it. I wouldn't say start picking sides on cut Bella some slack. Bella's issue is because of her own gameplay. She stuck to one person and did not mix. So it's her game that is causing her to get the same heat she's getting. So look at it from that experiment.
And I just want to say something, right? The word hate, you shouldn't mention hate in a sentence with Phyna. Because Phyna, if for any reason Phyna got hate in your heart for anyone, it should be for Tumzi. Okay, it should be for Tumzi. But imagine Phyna talk upon her time last night. Even after that heated argument that she had with Bella and Sheggz, she was still able to go in that room. Last night they had lengthy conversation. You heard what Sheggz said after the conversation? That the thoughts, even Tumzi said the thought he had for Phyna is far different. Phyna is a nice person. They misjudged her. So that's Phyna for you. She's a very nice person. Phyna had no option over there on whether she would give the food or not. Because she already realized that those people said that she gave the food out. So stop that. Phyna doesn't hate anybody. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate everybody's opinion here, everybody's submission. Martins, I'm still going to come back to you. Now, I'd like to bring Olumi on. So, Martin, I need you to still stay online. I would like to ask you some other questions, right? I need to bring some people online right now, but I want Aggie to say something, right? She's been there and she's wanted to say something. So, welcome. Tell us where you're calling from and let me hear something before I call on Abisola on Abiola. Yes, go ahead.
Hello, I'm calling from Uganda.
Oh, welcome. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
So here is my thing. I have a few points to make.
Okay.
You know, I don't know how viewers analyze the Bella and Sheggz situation, because it's another thing repeating what Sheggz and Bella are saying, that people hate them, yet you're seeing the truth. You understand? Because if you look at the bigger picture, no one hates Bella and Sheggz, but it's their actions, the way they speak to people, the way they underlook people, the way they disrespect people. I'll give a scenario. Imagine Rachel cooking food, serving you what you requested for. You even refuse to eat chicken. She gives you beef. She caters for what you really need, even when she knows she has just to struggle to get that meat for you. And then Sheggz comes around, calls her stupid, not once, not twice, not thrice, but a couple of times. You're stupid, you're stupid, you're stupid. So when people are saying that housemates hate Bella and Sheggz, that's one thing I will never agree to. Because if you don't want, if you cannot associate with people, then it's better live on your own. No one will look for your trouble. But if you don't like them, you see them as nothing, and you still want to mix with them, then you have to pick your struggle. You either mix with them or stay on your own. So anyone saying housemates hate Bella and Sheggz, no, you should stop that. Because if they hated them, no one would talk to them. Nobody would pay attention to them. Like literally, Sheggz talks morning up to night, morning up to morning. People listen. If they hated him, they wouldn't even pay attention. They would just walk away. And another thing, Phyna, when it comes to that food situation, one thing I'll say is Phyna had already, like, first of all, she doesn't like people that speak like badly with people. You understand? Ever since Bella poured the food and then Sheggz in the kitchen, she was already, like, even the first fight with Sheggz, like, it was unnecessary. And then the food thing was also unnecessary. And then she hears them talking to people in a very bad way, like in a very disrespectful way. So for her, if you watched that direct session, she told Big Brother that her whole point was to discipline. You understand? So even arguing with her, she knew that maybe she could have let them have the food, but her whole point was, how do you approach me? How do you talk to me? How do you address me? If you want the food, how are you addressing your fellow housemates? That's why she emphasized with Big Brother, because Big Brother was trying to throw her offline. She insisted. She was like, my whole point was discipline. How do you talk to me? If she had talked to me in a calm way, I would have given her the food. So that's the whole thing. And then for Bella has this issue, like she doesn't know how to articulate things. All she knows is to be rude or insult, just like Sheggz. Insult or be rude.
Okay. I didn't know she just left the screen. I don't know what happened. All right. So that being said,
just finishing up. Just finishing up, you see why Phyna got mad at Bella when she called her street something. It's because she had just poured her heart out, given them her background, told them everything. And if you look at Bella, she was just shading Phyna, like, you're from the streets, we already know, so we don't expect anything good from you. Even the HOH, when she won, imagine Bella and Choms, those people were like the most irritated. That's why she even made a comment like HOS, whatever, my whatever, that I cannot even say using my, because how does it come into an argument, you're saying HOH, my whatever. It means you don't like me, or you're pained that I'm the HOH. So Phyna was wrong in taking it extra, but again, she was provoked. It was a whole week, like all through a comparison of things. So she wanted to teach Bella a lesson that you're nothing better. You can't disrespect people. You can't talk to people however you feel like. So that's what I feel like.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Mr. Ben, you're welcome, sir. Thank you for joining. I want to ask this question before I add somebody on. Abdullah is on the waiting list. Femi, please, I have a question. Do you agree with me that level 2 is more of a family show than level 1, that are pure game players and that's content? So, I think that beyond the fact, yes, it's a game, but of course you also want to make friends and all that, because the way Big Brother categorized these people, you will not blame level 2 for playing it as a family, because a win for one is a win for all. So if one person wins and, it covers all of us, we would share whoever is up there, because they've had to face, they've had to face evictions over time, back to back. They've not tasted ahead of house. So you really cannot blame them. And I feel like it's a family thing and also a game, because they were playing the game really in all of this. So now I want to talk about the choice of Phyna to switch Chichi for Allison doing the head of house nomination, the nomination for the week. Do you think it was a wise one? Looking at the trajectory of Chichi, Chichi has been somebody who is two-faced, right? This is a Chichi that would say sweet things, was in the camp of Chomzi and Chichi and Bella and Sheggz. And here she is, because she's not cool with this. You heard Chichi say blatantly that Bella is not my friend. Bella, who used to be her friend. She said stuff about Bella behind her back, also said stuff about Phyna behind her back. Told Phyna. But here is Phyna nominating Chichi. Of course, Phyna, you cannot say because you're watching from outside. Phyna, you cannot say because Chichi, we are watching from outside. Phyna also doesn't know that Chichi is also two-faced. Phyna knows that Chichi is also two-faced. So I want to hear this. I don't want to start with Ginger Fan. I want to start with someone very neutral. Let me start with Fortune. And I also like to say, Mr. Otsuba, sending your request again, and then I'll accept you. So let's have Fortune on this.
Okay, so the replacing part was a no-brainer. Allison was always going to be the person that she was going to replace with. So that part is clear. To choose between Rachel and Chichi, I think was a little bit, it would have been hard, but maybe not so hard. Remember, Phyna and Chichi have a relationship from way back, already before entering the house. There's a bond. Before even the lockdown that they did because of Big Brother, there was a relationship outside. What we see on TV is not what Phyna sees. Yes, we are all anxious about that relationship between those two, but there is a bond that cuts very, very deep. If you saw a conversation between Chichi and Hermes last night over the movie ticket, she still brought in the relationship that she has with Phyna there to say she really just likes the girl, behavior or not, whether her behavior or attitude towards relationships is weird or not, a person like that can still make friends. So I think Chichi genuinely cares for Phyna. Yes, she can backstab and all that, but I think Phyna made a very good decision to save Chichi. There was no other person that she could have saved there. That was good for her emotional stability, in my opinion, and I'm happy with it. I think she did good. I'm worried about their relationship. That's a fact, because both ladies have a tendency of erupting. I mean, last night we hardly slept. These people going at each other. It was weird, but and I watched a review of yours that you did. I'll quickly say this. I agree with you. It's a ticking time bomb. It's similar to Chomzi and Chichi's relationship before they merged. We knew that it was a Titanic. There was an iceberg in the front. I'm sensing a similar kind of thing between Phyna and Chichi, and I feel for Phyna. I don't want her to go through stuff. She seems like she can hold her own, but I think Chichi will backstab her more than she's already done. I see that, but in terms of making the decision to save her, that was the best decision she could have made. I challenge anybody here to tell me what the alternative would have been that would have made sense.
Okay. Let's have Adi Baba, please speak. Let me hear your thoughts on this.
Hello, everyone.
This is Otumba Elkanah.
Hello? What did you say?
Are you Otumba Elkanah?
Am I what?
Go ahead, please. I'm listening. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. So I'm very happy to be here today. And as for the question about what was the alternative that Phyna can make, I think I'm going with the person that just talked before me. I don't think there's another option that could have been better than putting Chichi there and put the Alice in, because any other person that was left, it was people from level 1, level 2. So for me, I think removing Chichi there is the best option. If I were Phyna, I would do the same. But there's a one but. I remember now that they went to the show Max to view the stuff together, and so many things was said there. I'm pretty sure if Phyna was at that place before before having the chance to remove someone and to put another one, maybe she would have left Chichi there. That's my take on that one.
Okay. Thank you very much. Now I want to talk about this. I personally think that it's the 8th week, and whatever it was, you want to be strategic about who would be a strong contender, right? I don't know if Chichi has been up. I really cannot remember if Chichi has been up at some particular point. But I think that as a head of house, you're looking to check out who would be your strongest contender. So they ask you to say somebody and replace with somebody. You have, how would I put it? You have Sheggz and Bella. There's somebody else there. I would have rather she even saved the Rachel. She doesn't know that Rachel is a rider. Or I think somebody's up for eviction. I think Rachel was standing up, whoever, or Cheesy, or whatever it was. Cheesy was also, I think Cheesy or Rachel was up, right? And these are people in the level 2 house, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to get it. I think Cheesy or Rachel, one of them was up, right? It would have been better for you to save somebody like that and leave a Chichi, because Chichi, as it stands right now, most likely will survive this week. I mean, if she was up, right, rather, if she was up, she would have survived to the eviction. And I'm going to be frank with you. Somebody like Allison is going home.
I'm feeling begging you. I don't know if it's I alone, but the feedback is terrible.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, you're audible. You're audible.
You're not audible. You're not audible, Ginger Pie. Somebody was up for eviction. I really cannot remember right now. But I feel like Phyna would have saved the least strategic person and put up a very strong contender, right, for eviction. Because as it stands right now, Allison is not strong. I take it that Chichi is stronger than Allison. Allison is not even controversial. This is maybe the second time that an Allison will be up for eviction and all of that. And the first time that Allison was up for eviction, it felt like it was during the general one that Ebuka said everybody's up for eviction. You understand my point? And nobody went to the house, right? But this is it. You look at the fact that Chichi is loud. If you're in that house, we don't see it. But if you're in that house, if you mention 3 loud people, they're going to mention Chichi as part of them. It's psychological, right? But at the end of the day, it's still a game in the long run. And I just personally feel like, I hope that Chichi will not turn back and put up a Phyna for possible eviction. That's the way I see it. Because if the Chichi, who would nominate Bella and go and sit down with Bella and tell Bella that, you know what, anytime I get there, I just put up somebody for nomination, and that's what it is. And you remember, Bella was telling her that when I get outside of the house, she even said it in the diary room, when I get outside of the house, I'm going to look out for the people that put up for nominations, and I'm going to see how it's going to be.
Okay, go ahead.
Sincerely, shall I go?
Mr. Alex, go ahead, Mr. Alex.
Okay, yeah. So I don't think this is the dynamics of this Big Brother is different, and the way they're going with this is they're going to be they're not going. I don't think there might be a top 5 or a top 6. It could even be a top 10, right? The way they're looking at this. So if you follow the way evictions or nominations go, you see that people nominate who they don't like in the beginning, and then it's towards the end they start being strategic about their nominations. In this part, because they're a bit too much, I think they're about 14, right? Or more. So you're still, they are not thinking that way yet, right? And they're not thinking that way yet. And that's why I'm thinking that what you said is valid, but I don't think Phyna would think about it that way. She's going to be looking like, who do I need to be here? Don't forget there's division in that house, right? So who do I need to be here to keep my sanity outside Groovy, right? So she needs to be with her people. And again, she's looking like, oh, my people. That's why sometimes you can see whether you have to, I know at the end of the show, Big Brother will retrospectively look at what they did and see whether they've repeated or not. Because even when they've brought two houses together, they're still looking at themselves as one house, level 1 and level 2. So I don't think that did it good. It's good for content, but I don't think it really did well in terms of the psyche of the housemate. So that's how they're looking at things. You can imagine, remember when Bella was talking to Brian and saying, oh, why did you bump in for Phyna? Were you doing a level 1, level 2 thing? That's how they still see themselves. So in this case, she's going to look at I can't bring up any of my level people. So I'm just going to bring in, who can I take out there would be, okay, my friend, Chichi, and then Allison. Obviously, she has no relationship with Allison. She doesn't do, I don't know if I've seen them both together. So she just puts on that she doesn't care. So it's those dynamics that they're going to be working on first. If, let's say, there were like 6 remaining, of course, they'll probably be thinking that way. But because of the number of people remaining, they're just going to look at, okay, who do I feel comfortable with? And then who in my level? Because Brian has always been up like her. TJ has been up too, although he's a rider, but so she's not going to put any of them up. She's just going to put her own, the other people, right? So is that dynamics of level 1, level 2 that's causing for this, and I don't think, like I said, it's a good decision to me. Someone can say it's good, but that's what I think.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Alex. So I want to talk about the split that Big Brother did carried out between. Okay, let's first talk about the conversation that happened between the likes of Bella Sheggz. I think that's the same thing. The split. Big Brother told the people who are going to watch the movie to go upstairs and watch the movie. And while they were watching the movie, while they were done, a lot of things happened, right? A lot of secrets were exposed. The fact that who told who, that Phyna and Groovy were having intimate moments under the duvet and all of that. That came into play. And then we saw the fact that Sheggz was saying that his girl, Bella, does not lie, and that whatever Bella said was what she heard from the person who told her, which was Chichi. Now, remember that Amaka, who told Chichi, is not in the house. So there's a missing link in that conversation. But first up, do you think that Sheggz was lying? Because we already heard a particular point where Bella was telling someone, maybe it was Sheggz, that she really needed to tell Chumsy all of that so that she could save Chumsy from not putting her head in the mix, and of course, and Groovy. So, what are your thoughts on that? Can I have this person speak? Fabziz, you're welcome. Fabziz, can we have you, please?
Hold on.
Hello? Oh, Fabziz, can we have you?
Hello?
Can we hear you, please?
Hey. Hello, can you get me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hi, Femi, can you get me now?
Yes, we can. Go ahead, please.
You're an audible guy.
All right, thank you very much.
Speak up.
Calling directly from Freetown, Sierra Leone.
Well,
I think we have an issue.
Okay, can I have 14 please talk about this?
Oh, okay. Yes, I watched the mini reunion that happened in that house. I felt like we needed to have a little bit more people in there to defend themselves because the Amaka side of things was not heard. I must say I was disappointed that we brought back that conversation about who said what when, because I thought we actually decided to talk about that when they get outside, but they brought it back again. So when they brought it back, I think it became too loud for me because Chichi would just not allow people to say their opinions because she was really defending herself too much. But to answer your question, Sheggz lied. I watched a couple of weeks ago. Bella was telling Sheggz that she had to tell more to the story to deter Chomzi from even thinking along the lines of Groovy. I heard that conversation. So I know that Chichi is not lying about the adding, the necking. She didn't do that. It's Bella who added that to Sheggz. And Sheggz knows that that part was the salt and sugar that was added to the combo. But to defend her like this, I think it was just the relationship alliance that he had to protect. Bella was not there to speak for herself, so he felt like he needed to step in and become that person. But he's definitely lying, and the truth will come out on reunion. And I sort of agree with you. On the last day of the show, if they could do this the way they do Survivor, where they get all the housemates in the same room before they announce the person, then get iron out all the issues, and then in the end they'll be like, the winner is this person. That way we can actually resolve some of the issues that Ebuka will forget between now and next year, because there's a lot, especially the Amaka issue. For me, they lied about that. Bella lied, and she's gotten scot-free right now because nobody's talking about it. Come the other time, it will be forgotten. So yeah, I would like that. But yeah, the answer is Sheggz definitely lied because we all know Bella added that part. She did. I like her, but even as my person, I can call out when she's wrong. She is definitely wrong. So both of them were lying there.
I know she's your person, right? Ultima Alcana, welcome. Do you have an ulterior submission to this? Can we hear you, Mr. Ultima Alcana? Hello, Ultima Alcana. Please, can you unmute your mic? Okay. I want us to talk about what you call it. I want us to talk about Sheggz and Bella. Looking at them down nights that they were split, right? We saw the fact that we saw individual people having a fantastic game. For the first time, we saw Bella having a conversation with Cheesy and Doyi, and she was having a very sweet conversation. We saw Sheggz in his real self, right there amongst other people. There was no girl to deter him for whatever. And you see how he was, flowing freely with each of the housemates, right? Now, do you think that these two people would have played a fantastic game if they never had anything intimate? I personally think that way, but I don't know if you have an ulterior submission to this. Abdullahi Biga, are you online, please? Hello, Abdullahi. Hello, Abdullahi. Can you hear us, please? Please, if you want to come online, we'd like you to stay with your phone so that whenever we ask you to come online, you can speak to us. Thank you very much. Can I have Otuma Elkana one more time? Hello, Otuma Elkana.
So you're still
hello, good afternoon.
They are not thinking that way yet.
But
right.
Femi, thanks for admitting me. But I am having challenges. I'm hearing somebody is talking now as I'm talking. I'm hearing somebody talking.
It is not here. Nobody's talking here because everybody's on mute. So it must be from your end.
So who do I need to be here to keep my sanity outside?
I think he's playing it back. So maybe if you can pause whatever is playing back.
You're playing back because I'm hearing me speak. I'm not speaking.
Yeah, I heard you, Alex. We heard you again there.
Okay, good. All right, so let me ask the question again if you don't understand the question. I was saying that we saw the fact that Sheggz and Bella, they were looking amazing. For the first time, I fell in love with them on a separate level. The fact that Bella could have a conversation, she could sleep peacefully. There was nobody calling you stupid. There was no back and forth. And you saw the fact that Sheggz, on the other hand, was having a very smooth conversation with other housemates. So do you think that these people on the north would have had an amazing conversation or would have had an amazing run of events and a run of games if they didn't even try to be in each other's arms? Let me speak with Adebaba. Adebaba, can we have you, please?
Hello, everyone.
Thank you for coming again.
Yeah, thank you. I think for me, I will not necessarily say that they would have had a good run separately, because one thing that stood out for me till now is that each of them, especially Sheggz, he likes to boast too much. Me, I'm a London guy. This is how Nigeria does things, whatever. So I don't think that will work on that game. And if you recall till now, I don't see, no, apart from Sheggz that won something on his own, Bella did not want anything. He's always being in the group, winning something. So that one is another factor for me to say that none of them would have been in the game probably till now. So I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay. Is Otuba resolved right now, please? Otuba, can you hear us?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Now
Okay, I think what happened was that I had two channels streaming, this one and the other one. So I was not hearing the voice from the other one. Okay, so maybe you can ask the question again and let me understand the question now because the other
So
voice
do you
was.
think that Sheggz and Bella, right, would have been nice if they played their games separately and they didn't even try to become a ship in the house? Looking at the fact that the night that Big Brother told Sheggz to join the people who were going to watch the movie, Bella was not with him, and he had a fantastic, I think if Bella was in that conversation that night, there would have been a serious fight with regards to who said who didn't say who. But also on the other part, we saw the fact that Sheggz was himself. He was not there to be saying, "Oh, baby, hold on." He was not in any way emotionally coined into trying to protect Bella's interests. He was there to bear his mind throughout. And we saw the fact that Bella, on the other hand, was having a fantastic conversation with Cheesy and, of course, Doing. So do you think that these two people would have been amazing not being in a ship and playing their games as individuals?
Yes, definitely I agree with you because the instance you gave now, that level 3 with Sheggz without Bella, you can see that he was very free, talking confidently. And of course, I think that episode now made Phyna, with all of the, whether will I call it misconception now about Sheggz and Bella, all those things were erased somehow, so that by the time they got back into the house, you now see Phyna, moving towards Sheggz. But I'm very sure that if not for Bella, you understand, they would have been very good friends. But I think, yes, I want to agree with you that if both of them were playing the game separately, of course, you will have seen the best of them. Maybe this Bella will not be behaving like that, and Sheggz will also not. People will not see Sheggz in the light that we are seeing him now. So that few hours they spent in level 3 actually shows that this guy can actually be a good guy and very friendly at that matter. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you very much. Finally on this video, I want us to talk about the announcement that was made. So next year, we're having a combined Big Brother season. We're having Big Brother Nigeria and South Africa housemates together in one house. We're going to have 12 housemates from South Africa and 12 housemates from Nigeria in one house doing the Big Brother Nigeria show. I don't know how I feel about this at the moment, but I'm still going to try to process it. But for those of you on the screen, one after the other, I'll start to know who you are. What do you think?
May I talk?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Wow, I didn't even hear that. You're the one that is just said. I'm just getting that from you now. For sure, it's going to be dramatic. It is going to be very, very dramatic, considering the fact that it's gonna be like Nigerians with South Africa, right? As it is right now, I'm presently in South Africa, and I've been here for like 2 years. My interactions with them, there's a way they look at Nigerians. So I'm sure they're going to bring that into the game also. And of course, that will create some entertainment because Nigerians are going to react. They are going to react. There's a vibe that comes from South Africans, right? There's a vibe that comes from them with respect to Nigerians. So if they're not bringing them into the same house, whoops, it's going to be a lot of entertainment, and of course, it's going to be some. With time, each culture is going to mix, and of course, we get to understand each other. But that will be after some certain frictions.
Okay, all right. I personally, I'm thinking that beyond the entertainment part, we do not want to see fights break out. between South Africans and Nigeria. You understand? It's as simple as entertainment. But personally, for me, I'm just wondering what it looks like, right? But of course, we're still going to talk about it later. Thank you so much, Fortune, for your donations. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let me speak with Fortune on this. So, Fortune, what are your thoughts on this merger of Big Brother Nigeria and South Africa? Because Big Brother South Africa is supposed to start on the 20th of January or the 22nd of January. But right now, we don't know if there's going to be a Big Brother South Africa before we now have a Big Brother combined. So let me hear your thoughts on this.
Okay, I'm in the middle, right? Because I'm from South Africa and my partner is Nigerian. I've lived in SA and now we're not in SA, but not because of the tension or anything, but I've lived in an environment where you got Nigerian men, South African men. It does not really mix socially, properly, right? But yes, the whole idea is a game. We want for people to play the game, but we cannot avoid outside noises from getting into a space like this. Personally, I don't want it. I really am against it. I don't think I'll even watch because I think if we think this is toxic, that would be worse. That's what I think.
That would be crazy.
I personally don't want it, but if I heard right, they said it's previous winners. If it's previous winners, we could watch because these are people that have played the game. But to bring some Lagos and Abuja people from the streets in Johannesburg and Cape Town and pack them in a house, Muyiwa would tell me, it's just gonna be a mess. I can tell you now.
I believe they will make the rules. They will create some other rules, and they will use that to control them.
Look, they will be controlled.
So you will come out real time. You will come out.
Yes, but you know why I think it's gonna be already a mess? Because yesterday on Twitter, Nigerians were already saying, "Oh, we want Ebuka, we want Ebuka." It became heated that it must be Ebuka, it must be Nigeria, Big Brother's voice on there. It's already started. But from a social perspective, with them inside the house, I don't think I'll watch it. I don't want to watch that kind of environment. I think it's gonna be toxic on steroids. That's just my opinion. But I suppose when the show starts, they may prove us wrong, right? But if I was making the decision, I would never make a decision like this, especially if it's not the winners. People from the streets, hell no. They must add other countries in there maybe to dilute it because it's just, I mean, Nigeria, and in any case, a Nigerian will probably win because Nigerians take Big Brother more seriously than South Africans. So, you know.
I personally feel the last season
for me,
Jamzi, I don't know, it wasn't streamed in Nigeria. Why? Because the LGBT rights are legal in South Africa, but it's not legal here, right? So they couldn't stream it because we have Sister Mara in the house, right? And I was wondering why they would not even stream it because of just Sister Mara, right? But as it stands right now, I feel like Big Brother and Zamzi would have gotten a very bigger fan base if it was streamed in Nigeria because a lot of people wanted to watch it, but they could not watch it. But I'm going to leave that to the organizers. Can I speak with Ade Baba? Can we have you, please? What are your thoughts on this?
Oh, thank you very much. For me, this is the second time I'm watching even Big Brother Ninja. So, but I never watched Big Brother South Africa before. But from my own perspective of things, because I live in the US, whether you want it or not, there will be some culture shock, definitely. And that one will create a lot of things. It will create a lot of drama, it will create a lot of toxic things. And if they don't have a good people to maintain the environment, it might create another problem outside. Because if you take only soccer or football that will play, Nigeria against South Africa, it creates problems, probably in South Africa or wherever. And those type of things, you don't want to see it because of Big Brother or whatever. So I'm not that fully okay with that idea, Subita.
Who do you think should host the show?
I don't know. Maybe they should go to another. Maybe they should go to another place entirely.
What
are you asking between South Africa and Nigeria?
Yes. Do you think it's Ebuka or does this guy think his name is Martin?
Well, for me, maybe they should put it up to a vote, you know. But if they put it up to a vote, then Nigeria is going to win. That's a fact.
definitely has to be. Look, it can't be put up to a vote though. You have to look. They have to look at where their money is.
His name is
You know?
Lawrence, right? Lawrence Maleka.
They
Maleka.
have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll have to look at where their money is, where they're getting their money, right? If you're gonna do like, so personally, I'm same with Fortune and the rest. I don't think this is a good idea. I prefer Africa, Big Brother Africa, than just two nations. And like the guy there that's living in South Africa. Sorry, I forgot your name. You can tell I've encountered South Africans as well. There's this distance between South Africans and Nigerians, right? You put them in a show. How is it going to be like? Because you're not going to get. I don't know how it'll work because you have Nigerians try to stick around each other, and you have South Africans try to stick around each other, right? And then how are you going to do the winning? Is it that only South Africans can vote for South Africans or Nigerians can vote for Nigerians? Because if it's going to be one country, Nigeria will take it up because that's what has been happening in Big Brother Africa. We've always been winning because of our population. Right? So all those dynamics, I don't know. I know they'll have to think about it, but for just two countries alone, I don't think is a good idea. Africa would have been better, right? It'll cost some things. Even the way look at the way we're heated up again for our own Big Brother, right? What we're talking about. You can imagine how it would be like when you think about it in a bigger space. Huh?
True. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr.
I'm sorry to barge in. Sorry to barge in. I'm surprised why all of us were thinking this way. Even though, yeah, me too, I'm thinking this way. But on the second thought, why don't we think it in the sense that, okay, Big Brother will be like a correction measure, right? A correcting measure to balance the rift that exists between South Africans and Nigerians.
Do you think
right?
you will balance it?
I believe they can if they set the rules straight. It's all about the rules.
I don't think so. I don't think it would be. Sorry, I don't think it would be that. It's too something that is rooted too deep. It doesn't take a show of Big Brother to change entire country or entire people's perspective. It's beyond that, right?
No,
it's just.
I honestly think television, television, right? It does a lot, right?
You're right, it does, but it's not.
Lot.
That is not. It's a competition, so they're not coming there to. They're going to be competitive. Nigerians are, South Africans are. So it's not a show. There's a different show that can bring that. Not this kind of show that has competition inside, because you're still putting that competitiveness in it. It's just like football. Football, we're competitive. It's not going to bring the two nations together. But this is going to kind of, you get to see. But what are you really showing here?
Well, if you're looking at it with respect to competition, there is no way South Africans can beat Nigerians.
I'm not talking about who wins.
Number of votes.
I'm not talking about who wins. I'm just talking about the idea of competition in it. Just the idea of competition. It doesn't bring for that fact of, how right now, let's say, Femi, you and I were talking right now, but if they bring competition inside, we're not going to be looking at ourselves as friends. We're going to think about who's going to win first before we can talk about that. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, that competitiveness doesn't allow for what you're trying to say, which I get what you're trying to say, but it's still a competition.
Okay.
Finally, who hasn't spoken in this? Otuba Kana, I think.
Yeah, yes. Let me just throw in something, because I think the plan for now, for me, is still hazy, because I don't really know whether it has been mentioned where it will be held. Is it Nigeria or is it in South Africa? What is it going to be called? Yeah, what is it going to be called? Is it BB Nigeria or BB in Zamzi? And then Femi just gave us a reason why BB in Zamzi, because I actually wanted to watch it, but I couldn't, because it just gave us a reason why it was not aired in Nigeria. So how are the organizers going to take care of all of this? Because you cannot have Nigerians in a competition that will not be watched by Nigerians. So I think there are still so many things that need to be settled before this can actually come to play. Yes, thanks.
Okay, so somebody is saying that IK should host it because he already has experience of hosting Big Brother Africa. Well, I think IK Osaki might be a perfect balance, a neutral balance to that hosting conversation, because with IK, he's been experienced with hosting Big Brother South Africa, And maybe this time he will be the best person, so that nobody feels cheated out of it. I don't know where the house will be right now, but we know the Multi Choice's headquarters is in South Africa. As I said, Big Brother. In fact, the first Big Brother Nigeria that we remembered was held in South Africa, the time of AP, the second edition rather. We saw the fact that it was in South Africa, it was held and all of that. So we do hope that peace will be balanced out and there will be no friction during this whole show. I want to ask a final question. Who do you see go home tomorrow? Olumiwa, who's going on?
Number one, Allison. Of course, everybody knows that. Allison is done. Huh? Then I see, will I say, well, it's not going to be a shocker because with Bella and Sheggz on at the same time, the votes are going to be divided. So one of them is going to go. I'm so very sure. One of them are going to go.
I think that was why Big Brother quickly did that dinner for them.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's what he did, you know. And of course, if we're going to have 3 people, then
Dotun.
I hope it's not going to be Dotun, as you rightly said, you know. I hope it's not.
Oh, why not?
No. It's not that I'm supporting Dotun, you know. I'm a free person, you get.
Dotun doesn't want Sheggz to go home. So for Sheggz not to go home, Dotun has to go home, right?
Yeah, you get. So as it is, if it's going to be 3 people, number one, Allison, that one is a short thing. Number 2, one of Sheggz or Bella. And number 3, of course, most likely Dotun. But there might be a shocker. You can't be surprised. But I know Emmys is not going anywhere. There could be a shocker between Adekunle or Dotun.
Oh, you think Emmys is not going?
Emmys is not going anywhere.
Okay. Can I chip in?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, this is the thing. This is a funny thing, right? Everybody thinks that Emmys is he has a creation and everybody likes him or something like that. But the problem is what we are seeing now is exactly what is going on with our politicians, right? Where everybody's complaining about them, but we are not voting, right? So you might have people that like him. You might have people that think that, oh no, it's too strong. We don't need to vote because it's gonna be up. But let me tell you something. This Sunday, I don't know the future, but I know Allison will go. If someone is going, MS will follow. That's a shock. MS will follow, and Dotun will be the 3rd one. That's my own take about all these eviction this week. Allison, MS, then Dotun.
MS? Wow. Okay, I'm hearing that's new to me actually. Hermes going home.
Okay, for me, I think
Hermes will be part of the top 3 guys on that stage in the finals. But it's okay. Let's hear.
Okay, yes, I see Fabzi's his comment. Allison, Sheggz, Bella, or Dotun. Yeah, I think I am in support of the suggestion. But between Sheggz and Bella, I think if Sheggz is evicted, Bella will find it very, very difficult to adjust for the rest of the weeks remaining. Okay, because of course Elu Swag might go, Chomzi they will leave, Doyin will also leave. But if Bella is evicted, I want to believe that Sheggz can adjust and still find his feet in the last 2 weeks that will remain. So, but I predict Allison, either Sheggz or Bella, and then Dotun to leave tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Let me hear who hasn't spoken on this yet.
Myself? Can I go? Okay. So I think Allison will go first. And just to second what somebody said about Hermes. Hermes needed to be nominated a bit early in the game to strengthen the base. These people started very strong, but he was never handed on a platter for them to exercise the votes. This, I'm not saying he doesn't have a strong fan base. I think he's got people out there that can save him this time around. But if we're comparing fan bases to your Phyna and Brian, people that are seasoned in being voted for, I think they need to exercise a little bit more muscle going forward. I think he might be safe. Adekunle is obviously safe. Dotun, the thing is, if I was voting, all the people for Brian and Daniela can vote for Dotun. because those people are friends. Dotun might shock people and stay because right now it's not so much about just his people, it's also the fans of his friends, you know. So I'm a little bit caught there. So I'm gonna say Alison number one, Sheggz number two, unfortunately, because you can tell how Bella's people are voting, and there's that divide outside. Sheggz people and Bella's people are not voting together this time around, and Bella has already exercised that muscle outside. She will get more votes, I suspect. I think Sheggz will go. Then it's gonna be between Dotun and who else is left? So yeah, Dotun and maybe Hermes, somewhere there.
Okay.
Because Dotun has muscle outside because of his friends. I think he might actually pull a strong one. Adekule is obviously the safest person. So I can't give the third person right now. I'm also waiting to be shocked.
Okay. All right. Finally, I think Mr. Alex, can we have you?
So I think for me, Allison and Dotun is going. Dotun hasn't, to me, he's not that character that you really see. I only see him when he's talking up to Sheggz. So I don't really see much of him. Same with Allison. And even with the nomination with Allison, she just caught up in her shell. I think she couldn't even take it. So those two, I'm sure. The third person is where I'm not sure. There's Sheggz, there's Adekunle, there's Bella. We can all speculate on who might go. It could be any of them. I feel they might only let two go because of the fact that they reintroduced Chomzi, Elo Swag, and who was the last person? Chomzi, Elo Swag, Dwayne, yeah. Because it's going to be a lot of exits at that point in time. If you're going to take 3 and 3, that's like 6. So I think because of that, they might only let 2 people go. That's what I'm thinking. But well, they could surprise me because it's going to be a lot of exits. Just say 6 people should go at the same day. But let's see.
Okay.
Femi, I want to change my submission. Okay. I want to change my submission on the basis of because Emmys has not been tested. So I will only say Allison, right? And all the other ones, there could be a shocker. There could be a shocker in the sense that we know that the Sheller fans, there is strong fan base. So they can come all out and just vote, right? And because Emmys has not really been tested, his fan base, they could just forget to go to vote, right? So as a matter of fact, the thing could be a little dynamic, but for sure, in as much as it is 2 or 3, Allison is a sure banker.
Yes, because Hermes, he can be the new Maria right now. He can.
Yeah, exactly.
People like you until the day you're put for the first time like this, and nobody remembers to vote because they think you are liked.
Exactly. Because everybody has shared the fan base already. People are shared.
Yeah.
See, that's one of the disadvantages of not being put up early enough.
Exactly.
Because people cannot create fan bases for you. So when you go up first, a lot of people are now like, is that you're relying on your friends' fan base that you helped inside the house, and they're the ones who are trying to vote for you right now. But as it stands, I think that a lot of people will vote for Adekunle.
I think so too. And sorry, one last thing, 1 second. Adekunle is the only person who understood what you've just said, even before the merger. He kept on saying, we can't put the same people because we are making them strong outside. Let's vary it so that when it's our turn, they are not that strong. Right now, everybody is exposed except for Adekunle. That guy played a very
He's the only one that understands the game. He's the only one that is putting his head and his mind into the game.
Yes.
Into the game. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. You guys are family, man. I look forward to coming here every Saturday to have this
conversation. Us too, Femi.
Why did you come? You came in late today. We started the show late.
I really got to stock up. I had to drive and speed back into the house to make sure that I came alive. I mean, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you guys a lot. Otumba Kana, Mr. Alex, Olumi, everybody just joined. Shout out to Joy. There were 2 Joys who I don't think came online today. You guys are going to come in next week. I appreciate you. Everybody who's come online today. I want to thank you. The Saturday night party will be crazy because I know a lot of people will be going home tomorrow. So people want to party hard. And after the party, I'll be bringing you a video. And all
but for God's sake, is there no Gordons? Gordons is not supporting this time around?
Maybe Gordons will happen tonight. We don't.
You should now. We need
Gordons is part of the company. Gordons is part of the Diageo who's sponsoring. Yes, because
we need to
anytime they
arrange
take
you.
brothers, something happens.
Femi, are you going to be able to make this bigger so that more people can join next time?
Yes,
Because
so
today we felt bad.
What happened was I was trying to subscribe. I tried my first GT card, the second GT card, my Zenith Bank, my Access Bank, my dollar card. I don't know what's happening to them, but I'm going to resolve it tonight, tomorrow, because I want to come on live maybe twice this week before Saturday so that we can have conversations, but it will be in the evenings, right? Or maybe midday, depending, right? I'll put up a video. I'll put up a post on that. I'll just send a notification on that so that we can have bigger conversations, right? Thank you so much, guys. So, but for this Saturday, the next live we're going to have a more robust set of people, contributors, to be able to speak on this. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you guys a lot.
Yeah, thanks, Femi.
Thank you so much.
First time,
Thank you so much.
this is the first
Have an
time I will
amazing day.
appear. This is the first time I will appear on your live show.
Oh wow! Thank you, Otuba Elkanah. Thank you. So where are you calling from, Otuba?
Yeah,
where are you calling from?
Ogun State.
Ogun State.
Nigeria, yes.
Thank you very much. You're just around here. I stay in Lagos, right? Thank you
No,
so much.
family is in Lagos. Family is in Lagos. I do business in Ogun.
Good.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Thank you very much. Have an amazing evening, everyone. Or morning or afternoon for wherever you're watching from. Thank you. Bye for now.
You too.